Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Alex and I'm here to make your English learning journey fun and easy. Today we're going to jump into the future. No, I don't have a time machine, but I will teach you everything you need to know about the future simple tense. By the end of this video, you'll be able to talk about your future plans like a pro. So grab a notebook and let's get started. First things first, what is the future simple? We use it to talk about things that haven't happened yet. Think about your plans for tomorrow, your dreams for next year, or even just a quick decision you make on the spot. We'll cover two main ways to form this tense, using will and using be going to. They're often interchangeable, but there are some subtle differences that will make your English sound much more natural. Let's start with will. This is probably the one you've heard the most. The structure is super simple. Just use will plus the base form of the verb. For example, I will go. You will see. She will learn. It doesn't matter who the subject is. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. The form never changes. Easy, right? Let's try it. I will teach you. You will learn. We will practice together. See? You're already doing it. Now, when do we use will? One of the most common uses is for making predictions or stating facts about the future. These are things we believe will happen, but we're not 100% certain. For instance, I think it will rain tomorrow, or the new movie will be a huge success. Notice I said, I think. We often use phrases like I think, I believe, or probably with will to show it's our opinion. Here's another example. You've studied so hard, you will pass the exam. That's a prediction based on what I see. Another key use for will is for making spontaneous decisions. This is when you decide to do something at the moment of speaking. Imagine you're at a friend's house and the phone rings. Your friend might say, "The phone is ringing," and you could reply, "Don't worry, I'll get it." You didn't plan to answer the phone before it rang. You made a quick decision right then and there. Or if someone says, "I'm really thirsty," you might offer, "I'll get you a glass of water." This is a perfect example of a spontaneous offer using will. We also use will for promises and offers. If you promise a friend something, you can say, "I'll call you as soon as I get home." That's a promise. Or, "Don't worry about the dishes, I'll wash them." That's an offer. It shows your intention to help. In formal situations, will is also used for official announcements or scheduled events. For example, the conference will begin at 9 a.m. Okay, let's talk about negative sentences and questions with will. To make a sentence negative, we just add not after will. So, will not. The contraction for will not is won't, and you'll hear won't much more often in everyday conversation. For example, he will not be late becomes he won't be late, or they won't forget your birthday. To ask a question, we simply flip the subject and will. So, instead of you will come, it becomes, will you come? Let's try a few. Will they finish the project on time? Will she like the gift? And for a negative question, won't you join us for dinner? To answer these questions, you can use short answers like yes, I will, or no, she won't. It's that straightforward. Now let's move on to our second form, be going to. The structure here is the verb be, am, is, are. Ton, going to, plus the base form of the verb. For example, I am going to watch a movie. She is going to visit her parents. They are going to start a new business. Remember to conjugate the verb be correctly with the subject. I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, they are. So when do we use be going to? The primary use is for plans and intentions that we decided on, before the moment of speaking. These are premeditated plans. For instance, if you've already bought tickets for a concert, you would say, I am going to the concert on Friday. You wouldn't say, I will go, because it's not a spontaneous decision. Here's another example. We're going to redecorate the living room next month. This implies we've already thought about it, maybe even bought some paint. Compare this to will. Remember our phone example? If you say, I'll get it, it's spontaneous. But if you knew your friend was expecting an important call and you had already decided to answer it for them, you could say, don't worry, I'm going to answer the phone when it rings. It shows a prior intention. So, will is for a decision made now, and be going to is for a decision made before now. The second main use of be going to is for predictions based on present evidence. This is when you can see, hear, or feel something that makes you certain about a future event. Look outside. Are there big, dark clouds in the sky? You could say, "Look at those clouds. It's going to rain." You have clear evidence right now. Or if you see someone running carelessly towards a wall, you might shout, "Watch out, you're going to hit the wall." You see the evidence, and the result seems inevitable. Let's contrast this with predictions using will. "I think it will rain tomorrow" is a general prediction. "It's going to rain" is a prediction based on the dark clouds I see right now. The first one is more of a belief, while the second one is based on immediate evidence. Making negatives and questions with be going to is also simple. You just make the be verb negative. I am not going to be there. She isn't going to accept the offer. They aren't going to wait. For questions, you invert the subject and the be verb. Are you going to call him? Is he going to buy a new car? What are they going to do this weekend? Simple as that. Now, I know what you might be thinking. "Alex, this is a lot to remember. When do I use which one?" Don't worry. In many situations, both will and be going to are perfectly correct, and native speakers use them interchangeably, especially in casual conversation. For example, you could say, "I think our team will win," or "I think our team is going to win." Both sound completely natural. The differences are subtle, and the more you listen to and speak English, the more you'll get a feel for them. However, there is one more little thing I want to add. In very informal spoken English, you'll often hear going to shortened to gonna. So, "I'm going to go" becomes "I'm gonna go." "What are you going to do" becomes "what you gonna do." This is very common in movies, songs, and everyday chat. But remember, it's informal. You shouldn't write gonna in a formal essay or email, but it's essential to recognize it when you hear it. Let's do a quick recap and practice. We use will for spontaneous decisions, offers, promises, and general predictions. We use be going to for pre-made plans and predictions based on current evidence. Let's try a little quiz. I'll give you a situation, and you decide if will or be going to is better. Ready? Situation 1. You're in a store and you suddenly decide you like a shirt. What do you say? "I think I'll buy this shirt." Perfect. It's a spontaneous decision. Situation 2. You've saved money for months and you're telling your friend your plan. What do you say? "I'm going to buy a new car next year." Exactly. It's a pre-made plan. Situation 3. You see your friend struggling with heavy bags. What do you offer? "I'll help you with those." That's a spontaneous offer. Situation 4. You look up at the sky and see a plane with smoke coming from its engine. What do you say? "Oh no, that plane is going to crash." It's a prediction based on strong evidence. You see? You're getting the hang of it. The key is practice. Try to make sentences about your own future. What will you do tonight? What are you going to do this weekend? What are your plans for next year? Write them down. Say them out loud. The more you use the future simple, the more natural it will become. And that's a wrap on the future simple tense. We covered will for spontaneous actions and predictions, and be going to for plans and evidence-based predictions. Remember that often they are interchangeable, so don't stress too much. The most important thing is to communicate your idea. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this lesson will help you speak about the future with more confidence. If you found this video useful, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future lessons. If you have any questions or want to practice, leave a comment down below. I will read all of them. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.